Sylvester Stallone. The transparency with which some celebrities have shared details about their personal lives in the era of social media is astounding. Although allowing followers inside is certainly a personal decision, many celebrities are raising awareness for worthy issues by sharing personal anecdotes about their families and potential problems. By being transparent about parenting famous children with impairments, Hollywood may increase funding for research and contribute to the destigmatization of facing these difficulties. One of the first well-known Hollywood actors to speak publicly about his son, Sergio Stallone, was Sylvester Stallone. In 1990, he taped a public service announcement in which he claimed, "Imagine your child has autism. Mine does." He didn't back down from the news. That may not seem like breaking news in 2021, but 31 years ago it was. Denise Richards. Denise Richards, a former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star, shared her journey with her adoptive daughter Eloise, who turns 10 on May 25, thanks in part to Stallone's guidance. Despite the fact that Eloise has a chromosomal condition that has caused developmental delays, Richards is determined to provide her younger daughter the best care possible. "Each child is unique," she stated to People in 2020. "Regardless of what is going on with your kids, you look out for them. Everyone wants the best life for their child," and her inspirational remarks help other parents, famous or not, keep going when things get hard. Discover which celebrities, some of whose names may surprise you, have shared their family's experience of parenting a child with a disability. Raising a kid with special needs is a struggle that Denise Richards has taken on since her daughter Eloise was diagnosed with chromosome disorder in 2017. She acknowledges that medical professionals don't really have a roadmap for her particular case, but she finds solace in the knowledge that Richards' second husband, Aaron Fipers, is her first word. She told People, "I don't know if Eloise is ever going to talk like a typical child. However, you just do what's best for your kids because that's what parents do." John Travolta. The fact that John Travolta and Kelly Preston had to go to trial after their 16-year-old son Jet died at their Bahamas home due to extortion and threats to expose Jet's health was one of the most terrible aspects of the incident. For the first time, the world heard Travolta confirm during the trial the long-running rumors concerning his son Jet's autism. He had autism. During his 2009 trial, Travolta stated that he had a seizure issue, according to ABC News. The couple had kept their son's illness a secret and had only disclosed to the public that he had Kawasaki disease, a blood vessel problem that results in inflammation all over the body. David and Victoria Beckham. In 2006, Victoria Beckham shocked the globe by yelling at the paparazzi who were trying to capture the ideal picture of her 4-year-old son Romeo Beckham at the airport by flashing the lights on their cameras. "He suffers from epilepsy," she informed the journalists. "You can't do that. All that flashing will start an epileptic fit." After the media was horrified by this revelation, Splash News decided not to take any more pictures of the child or the Beckham family when they were all together. Owner of a photo agency Kevin Smith declared, "No picture is worth endangering a child's life." Jenny McCarthy. Since her son Evan was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorders at the age of 2, Jenny McCarthy has been a strong supporter of research in this area. Because of her claim that vaccines cause autism, despite the fact that scientific data has shown otherwise, her work in this field has also generated controversy. McCarthy, however, is adamant about finding Evan the finest possible care and believes he is in recovery from autism. "Evan was mute before, but he's talking now. Evan used to be unable to establish eye contact, but now he does." In 2010, she told Time, "Evan was antisocial, now he makes friends. Watching how some therapies work for some kids and they completely don't work for others throughout this process was amazing." Colin Farrell. James, the son of Colin Farrell and Kim Bordunov, is nonverbal and incapable of taking care of himself due to a rare genetic condition known as Angelman syndrome. The ex-couple recently applied to co-manage their 17-year-old son's personal and medical needs as co-conservators. For James' parents, that could seem like a big burden, but Farrell sees James as one of his greatest gifts. James is able to bring out the best in individuals because of his honesty, perseverance, hardship, and charisma. The Dumbo star declared, He literally saved my life during the 2017 Power of Possibilities benefit. I was headed in the wrong direction. I changed things in my life for James when I was unable to do them for myself. He provided me with motivation to become a better father and man. Mia Farrow. Children with special needs have always been welcome to stay at Mia Farrow's house. 4 of her 14 children were disabled. Son Thaddeus, who passed away in 2016, was paralyzed from the waist down after contracting polio as a small child in an Indian orphanage. Moses Farrow had cerebral palsy at birth and was adopted from an orphanage in South Korea. Daughters Quincy Farrow suffered as a newborn after being exposed to drugs in the womb, and Frankie Min Farrow, who was adopted from Vietnam and is blind. Ronan told Vanity Fair, "I am so proud of my family. I was raised next to my blind sister Min and across the table from my cerebral palsy affected mother Quincy, who was born of an inner-city heroin user. I would never have known what it's like to have cerebral palsy or become blind as a child." When you see wants and difficulties, your next thought is probably, okay, what are you going to do about it? Sylvester Stallone. Families weren't talking freely about their special needs back in 1985. But Sylvester Stallone's interview with People magazine on his silent son, Sergio Stallone, changed the way the autistic community saw itself. A research fund was established by Sly and his ex-wife Sasha Stallone in order to collect money for the National Society for Children and Adults with Autism. The action actor struggled to connect with his son because he was frequently out on set during the peak of his career at the time of the diagnosis. He said, "There isn't really a father and son thing there. I have to start playing with him." You have to swallow your pride when you have a child like this. He cannot be made to live in your world. I kind of follow his lead in everything he does. Toni Braxton. Diesel, Toni Braxton's youngest child from her previous marriage to Carrie Lewis, was identified as having autism at a young age, and the pair contacted Autism Speaks right away to look for resources to support him. Access Hollywood broadcast Braxton's contentious 2016 claim that her son was no longer diagnosed with autism and was off the spectrum. "As everyone is aware, my youngest son Diesel has autism, or rather, he has suffered from it." According to Daily Mail, she remarked on the entertainment program, "I am one of the lucky parents. A prompt diagnosis transforms everything. I'll disclose this to you. I'll proclaim it aloud from the rooftops."